Nathan Adel here with the Fast Lane car, and behind me is the 2014 Mazda 3. Question is, does it drive as good as it looks? Find out next. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the 2-liter Skyactiv engine that is in this particular 3, and it puts out 155 horsepower, 150 pound-feet of torque, hooked up to a 6-speed manual transmission. A 6-speed automatic is optional. It kind of wants to keep me from revving it too hard. It sounds okay. I bet you the 2.5 sounds a lot better.
So we've got the 2-liter Skyactiv G, which is 155 horsepower, and the 2.5-liter Skyactiv G, which is the exact same engine scaled up proportionally, which is 184 horsepower.
And is that the same engine that's used in the Mazda 6?
It is the same engine that's in the Mazda 6, the same engine that's in the CX-5. So if you liked those cars, you'll like this even more because it's lighter.
Now I know what you're thinking. This probably isn't the best color for this car, and you're absolutely right. The reason we chose it is because the name. It is Titanium Flash Mica. That's right, just like Roman's name. He wanted that because, well, he likes that type of thing. But you can still tell that this is a beautifully styled vehicle. Completely different than the vehicle it replaces. It's lower, it's a little wider. It has a shorter rear overhang, yet the front end actually is longer. So altogether, the entire thing, all new. Follow me, come over here. I love the lines, I love the Coke bottle shape. You know what I'm gonna do in the back. Mwah. Oh, slap. It looks so good, I mean, how could I not? What's really cool though is this car is built on a very expensive type of suspension. That's right, underneath, right down there, is a multi-link rear suspension. Most cars in this class don't have that. A lot of them have a beam of some sort, something that is, well, cheap to put in. So in this particular case, it makes a real difference on the road, and I'm going to show you how. This is a car that is built for efficiency, but at the same time, damn, it's fun around the corners because you still have the multi-link rear suspension. You still have this excellent balance. And so despite the fact that you're only putting on 155 horsepower, it's very responsive. The steering, Mazda usually puts in really good feel with their steering, and in this particular case it's very, very light. You know, around the corners I'm not really feeling a whole lot, but at the same time, when you really are pushing it and you're going faster, suddenly the weight increases. Now, do I want more feel? Oh hell yeah. It's not there, but there is just enough directional feel. Okay, so I kind of know what the front wheels are doing, that I'm not lost. Base price for the 2-liter, which is the base model, starts at $16,945. Now, if you want the hatchback version, like this one, you have to bump up $2,000 extra to over $18,000. This one is fully loaded, and as such, it's around $24,000. Now, to put that into perspective, a loaded Toyota Corolla, fully loaded, is around $19,220. So, if you think about the other competitors, we're talking Civic, Elantra, Focus, God, so many other ones, like the Dart even. This car suddenly starts to look a little murky in terms of the financial requirements. However, remember, there is a ton of content in this vehicle. We're talking a lot of computer power right here. Interiors. For years, Mazda's been mediocre or even lukewarm when it comes to designing interiors. They've always seemed to be just a sea of black and dark and hard plastics and nothing too terribly inspiring. They have improved. There are soft touches here and there, especially on the door panels that I happen to notice. That way my elbow doesn't feel like it's falling off. I give Mazda a lot of credit for making a system that's so easy to use. This has what's called the commander, and similar to other systems, it's a knob. But look, only 3 buttons up here, and it's incredibly easy. Music, home, which is also your phone, and navigation. And it's very simple. You can go back and forth, left and right, and not take your eyes off the road. You can just glance over to your screen, which is super. And let me just show you right here on the screen. I hit the left button, there's your music. Center button, communication, also it's your main menu. And you can easily scroll through it. It's just that simple. And then over to the right, navigation. So you can do this by feel. And then everything is intuitive and easy and very, very simple.
Yeah, so the infotainment system on this is our completely ground up new Mazda Connect system. And what we've built here is something that is both very flexible, so you can adapt to whatever kind of new streaming technologies you want to use. You can stream Pandora, Pandora, Stitcher, AHA on it, and listen to Bluetooth audio from your phone or your iPod or whatever. But also it's upgradable, so if some new source comes along that everyone likes, we can actually upgrade this system after you bought the car just by flashing it through the USB port.
Kyle and I are of 2 different opinions about this thing. I think it's pretty cool the way it is, but he says that it looks like it can be removed and torn off. It's relatively strong in there. I get what he's saying, but at least the size of the screen is awesome. Interesting. I kind of fit behind myself, but it is tight. I wear size 13 shoes, and they go under the seat. But once I'm back here, quite frankly, it takes effort to take the feet out and get out of the car. Headroom is a little tight back here too. So it is comfortable, but if you want more room, look elsewhere. One thing I've noticed sitting in the passenger seat is that there is a good deal of tire noise and wind noise. It's not as noticeable when you're driving it, especially if you're having a good time. But once you sit down and you're just listening, you can really hear it. So as great as this car is, yeah, could use a little bit more sound deadening. Ooh. Okay, tell me when you're ready. There we go. Yes, I kind of fit if I'm willing to do a half-angled yoga position. And the reason why is because this is actually rather low, the roof line. That's partially for aerodynamics and the fact that it looks friggin' cool. But there is quite a bit of space here. It seems like it's a little bit bigger than the Mazda 3 that it replaces. And underneath my tush is a donut, so it's not a full-size spare tire. We're gonna do a really quick 0 to 60, just to give you a general idea. It's impromptu, it's not completely level. I had a lot of breakfast. All right, ready? No bogging, it's okay a little bit. It's got good legs. So, for 155 horsepower, and we're probably, doesn't say the elevation, but I'm guessing we're probably, I don't know, within 1,000 feet of sea level. 9.55 seconds. There we go. That's with the little engine. 9.5. Can you see the little 9.55? It's not too bad. Bet you're wondering whether TFL Car recommends to buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it. And you know what I'm going to say? Hold your horses, folks, because we want to get this thing up to Colorado and really give it a test and drive it for more than a couple hours. This is a fun little car. I can't wait to get it into Denver, Colorado and really mess with it. For the Fast Lane Car, this is Nathan Odland saying, see you next time. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, this is yet another Mazda 3, but it's a different one because it has the 2.5-liter engine. A very different machine indeed. Find out why next.